Howdy Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Nami Yo Kitakuri, aka Wave Listen to Me, chapters 59 through 64. So last chapter, or I should say the last time I covered this manga, basically Minari was going to lay a can of whoop ass for like the 6th time on this fucking shut-in that wouldn't leave his room even after a goddamn earthquake. Anyway, let's get to chapter 59 first, see what's in store for us today. And chapter 59 is titled, You Don't Get It. Seriously, this motherfucker doesn't get it. Junichi-san. Hiromi, you'll freeze to death if you stay here. Come on, let's go back to the shelter. Dumbass, Junichi. I promise I'll stay with you until things settle down. It's the least I can do. Why the hell would I want to be around my dead sister's imposter? It's fine. I'm not mad at you anymore. Just leave me alone, alright? Yeah, Junichi. Plan S was my idea. I'm the one who dragged Romy into this. If you're gonna rag on anyone, it should be me. Says the lady who won't even act like she's sorry. Plan S. Minari shouldn't be sorry anyway. Fuck it. Fuck that asshole. Oh my god, Minari's freaking ringtone is Chala. Fucking Dragon Ball. Hello. Hey Minari-san, it's Nakahara. I was listening to your show earlier, but it looks like Chishiro-san took over, so I thought I'd give you a call. Everything okay on your end? Oh, good. So, I actually have a favor to ask. Since, who knows how long the power will be out and all. Me, Boss, and Tachibana-san are thinking of opening a soup kitchen. If you're done broadcasting for the day, would you mind giving us a hand? Just tell her to, get her tush over here. I'm paying that slacker good money. Actually, depending on how things play out, I might have to go back on the air. Sorry, truth is, I'm free, but seriously, I'm too drained for that shit! Oh, hold on. Do y'all just need more bodies? Ideas. Okay, Junichi. 3 options. Camp out with a bunch of strangers for a few days, contribute to society for once, or die here. That's some good options right there. Choose wisely. Ha! What's with the bruises? Everyone meet Junichi Ono. He'll be your workhorse for the day in my place. I swear I'm gonna sue your ass for assault, lady! If it gets you out of the house, you do you, man. Results all that matters in my book. Dude, I love Minari so much. Relax, I only brought you because I knew they'd make you feel at home. This is the owner, Takarada-san. He's hyper handsy home. He's a hyper handsy home. He is though. So he's basically nice to guys by default. The head cook, Nakahara-kun, has curry for brains and wouldn't harm a fly. Tachibana-san kind of has a bit of a vindictive side, but she's perfectly pleasant to strangers at least. Vindictive? Shit, that's right. You're not even one of those shut-ins who got bullied so hard by coworkers they get too scared to go outside, are you? God, you're pathetic. Anyone ever tell you what a bitch you are? Come on, Junichi, let's do it. I'll help out too. Whose voice was that? Hey, nice one, Hiromi. Thank God we recorded lines for a bunch of different scenarios. I mean, the cat's out of the bag already. Thank you for having me. Operation Northwind and the Sun complete. Sure, let's go with that. Warm soup free of charge. Staff jacket for outdoor events is what he's wearing. Once the rice is done, fluff it up with the paddle, won't you? Okay. Yes, just like that. Fabulous. Free soup curry. He looks more like a barker for a maid cafe. Thank you, dearie. May I ask how long you'll be open? Oh, probably all of today and tomorrow, I think. My, how generous. Hello, everyone. I'm here to help. Oh, hey, if it isn't Toro-san. Sorry I'm late. It took me a while to clean up the house. Huh? Who's he? Oh, don't be silly. You wouldn't need to worry about the store. It's not like you work here. Yeah, you didn't have to come, but you're more than welcome. Now that we have more hands, let's have 2 people go on break at a time. Phew, still good? Oh, yes, I'm fine. Am I getting in the way at all? Nah, you're way more of a hard worker than Minari-san made you out to be anyway. Hard to believe you were a hermit for so long, really. I always thought there were 2 kinds of people in the world, me and everyone else. You get that from Roland's bio or something? Unlike, he's a Japanese male host and publicist. But anyway. Unlike me, it seemed like everyone else actually knew what they were doing with their lives. Like they knew exactly how the world works and where they fit in it, you know? Even though I was working, I still felt like I was 2 steps behind my peers. I mostly turned out like this because my relationship with my stepmom got so twisted, but if I'd actually had the confidence to make it on my own, I should have been able to respect her decision. Can't comment since I don't know the details, but sure, I hear you. But take these people, they're all shaken up and worried about the future, right? How their lives will be affected by this, whether or not they'll have to move. When I look at it that way, we're not so different after all. Jinichi-kun, see Tachibana-san over there? Uh-huh, oh, yeah? These days she's a popular waitress at our restaurant, but until just a few months ago, she was literally a prison in her own home. No, really? No way! The guy who showed up earlier is her older brother, right? Uh-huh. Between you and me, the dude's super sketchy. Apparently he's a suit at some company, but I can't even get to imagine what kind of stuff he talks about with his coworkers. Word is back in middle school, he almost murdered a classmate in cold blood. What? Seriously? I never would have guessed. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't, right? As they say, looks can be deceiving. By convincing yourself that the majority of people have their act together and know how the world works, you only put more pressure on yourself. And let's be real, the majority of the people don't know how the world works at all. They really don't. Most people have their hands full trying to make ends meet. They're just a little better at hiding it than you. I bet that old lady you talked to never would have guessed that you were an anxious shut-in either. Yay, yay, yay. Here are some sleeping bags, 5 per box. This one's full of feminine products. Great, thank you so much. Thanks, can you run these over next, please? Yes, sir. Sorry about this, Koto-san. I didn't think we'd be running around this much. Eriko-san, it's great to be driven and all, but you might want to think things through a little more. Not that I'm one to talk. Koto-san, I just heard that the shelter staff are looking for young people to help out. Would you like to volunteer with me? What? I can't just sit around doing nothing during a crisis like this. I feel like I have to do my part. Oh, I'm sure you do. Something tells me I'm going to need crutches for a few days after all this. Thank you so much for the hard work, girls. You've been a big help. Oh, Miss Principal, the truth is, the city advised us to keep the supplies somewhere readily accessible, but let's be honest, really. I mean, what are the odds a disaster of this scale would actually happen, right? So they've been sitting in a spare room on the 4th floor this whole time. Talk about unlucky. Principal, you're killing me. Real talk, I probably would have done the exact same thing in your shoes, but still. Now, what's this? We're getting a lot of messages saying that most Seiko Marts are open for business. Huh? I wonder how the registers are running with the power down. Oh, wow, apparently they're using gas-powered cookers to make rice for rice balls. How do they just have those lying around? Inagaki, take some more fuel up to the roof, will ya? Also, a few folks are looking to run to the store for baby supplies. Can you give them a ride afterward? Sure thing. Sukata, get me an update on the soup kitchen and water situation. On it, I'll write the announcement. You update the site on our Twitter. Yeah, see, I love it when Twitter is on. Twitter is in manga. Suck on that, people who are hating on Twitter. Yeah, the toxic sect of Twitter is basically driving people off of Twitter, but people are fucking stupid. Yo, Kiriko, how are things on your end? It was rough. My water's out, and I was damn near buried under an avalanche of books. I'm holed up at the local karaoke joint right now. Nah, they're not open, just letting people take shelter. Can't smoke, and the boot's too cramped to stretch my legs out, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, forget about me. I've been listening to the radio to stay up to date, but, you ever tune into the FM station radio, Koshiro before, Motto? There's a show on right now you might want to catch. I think you'll find the content very interesting. Later. Radio Koshiro Community Channel, maybe? We just checked in, and it looks like Osaka-san, unfortunately still can't make it in yet. In the meantime, I'll be keeping you up to date on the earthquake, between letters from the listeners. That voice. But, first, allow me to reintroduce myself. You're listening to, Cecile Kome. I only DJ'd for, Radio Kushiro briefly back when I first started, but when I heard the station, was in dire straits, I ran here as fast as I could. No! We got a backstabber on our hands. Woo! We got a scandal. We got the scandal. So let's get to chapter 60 and see what's going to be happening next. Here we go. And chapter 60 is titled, I Can't Pack a Time or a Place. Let's see if it'll scroll. Come on, Manga for Life. You are killing me. Here we go. But first, allow me to reintroduce myself. You're listening to Cecile Kome. I only DJ'd for Radio Kushiro briefly back when it first started, but when I heard that the station was in dire straits, I ran here as fast as I could. Well, so much for the grid coming back up. I'm just glad my house has gas heating. Like I said before, it looks like this outage is going to be a long one, so to anyone with all electric utilities, please evacuate to the nearest shelter. Is it really her? Her voice hasn't changed a bit. Fun fact, Kushiro's always been been one of the quakier parts of Hokkaido. The city has been hammered by multiple tsunamis. Even so, while an outage of this scale is certainly unheard of, as a proud, battered Kushiroan, I can't be bothered to freak out over a little lost power, you know. Not that any of you want to listen to this old gal preach. Instead, how about some info from the listeners? Here's one from Combat Ichigo in Kurogane. You're listening to Wappa Arctic Channel at 1. We have an update from the Wakanai Municipal Office regarding the lending of generators to the locals. It seems hotels all over Hokkaido are getting cancels left and right thanks to the quake. Even here in Hakodate, we're getting multiple emails from the audience. Hold on a second. Saying that the lights are on at Asahikawa Station and that they're renting out camping sets to displaced residents. Zosaku's Shinsai next Chidori to Toyohiraku Seafood Pub, Arigato, Kotoni Aiju, Nishiku, Fujitoya, Fushiko, Iljo, Higashiku, Charcoal Barbecue, Hansamon 39, Jonishi, Minamiku. That does it for our soup kitchen update. Please check the station's homepage for more information. Chiro-san, looks like Ducky Serizawa-san finally made it in. Great. I guess I'll leave the helm to him and head home for now. Doubt I'll get much sleep in my freezing electric apartment, though. Feel free to camp out here if you need to. Anyway, nice work. I really owe you one. Hold it right there. Taizo, what are you doing here, Taizo? I was listening to your solo show and knew I just had to come in. By our powers combined, go Badger Taiji! If you were listening, then you should know I'm about ready to pass the fuck out, man. I haven't even checked on my place yet. And by the way, I can tell by your glowing complexion that you've got plenty of sleep, and it's kind of pissing me off. Just stick around for another 15. I promise I'll make it worth your while. Have a seat. Why is he so hyper? I'm good if you are, Jiro-san. Not really, but it doesn't look like I have a choice. Fine, fuck it, I'll stay. You're tuning in to a special edition of the Badger No Hunting Hour. What's that? You thought the show was over? Well, think again. That's right, seems my partner here has something he just has to share with everyone. I hope you'll all humor him for just a little while longer. Hello, Minister of Gout Badger Tizo here. Beg pardon for stealing the spotlight during these trying times, but please hear me out. Me and the missus had ourselves a little lover spat the other day, see? Truth is, we weren't even on speaking terms. Until today's quake shook things up, that is. Checking in with the in-laws, procuring food and water. With so many things to take care of, this is obviously not the time to be fighting amongst ourselves. My old lady has the mouth of a sailor, but the middle of a mouse after all. Sounds like you two were made for each other. Quiet, you! Anyhow, what I'm trying to say is, there ain't much for it when Mother Nature decides to throw a hissy fit. Ain't that the truth? All you can do is hang tight and try to weather the storm together. Times like these really make me appreciate the value of relationships, no matter how minor. Family members you rarely speak to, friends you haven't contacted in years, former chums you had a falling out with. When shit hits the fan, reaching out to those you care about should be priority number one. I guarantee you that they won't snub you for having the decency to see how they're holding up. Yeah. The people that I thought were my friends haven't asked how I'm holding up at all. Think if you're curious. This whole thing's got everyone shook. Not only did me and Mrs. Badger make up, but the old man next door I bumped heads with a while back over trash day procedure even swung by to borrow some batteries. The quake and blackout might be a pain in the rear, but at least it helped me patch things up with my wife and neighbor. Moral of the story, keep your head up and be kind to others, and we'll all make it through tomorrow. That's some great words of advice right there. And on that note, it looks like Ducky Serizawa's entered the station, so that does it for the special edition of the Badger No Hunting Hour for real this time. Keep sending those updates to our official channel. Every bit of info helps. Alrighty then, happy hunting. Phew, how's that? Pretty tame considering how amped you were. Content aside, keeping the original impetus for your lover spat, you crashing at a hotel with a girl you met at a fetish bar just 2 months ago into your marriage under your hat till the very end really speaks to the quality of your character, my friend. Where am I? Good morning, how are you feeling? You suddenly collapsed while we were delivering supplies. The principal let us use the night duty room. You nearly gave her a heart attack. Okay. Right, now I remember. Sorry about that. Truth be told, I didn't actually pass out from exhaustion. I was just so goddamn tired and desperate to lie down, even if it meant sleeping on gravel, that my brain just kind of switched to autopilot and made an emergency landing into a mini coma. Yeah, that's passing out. I'm sorry, I had no idea you were pushing yourself so hard. Were you crying, Iriko-san, for a slacker like me? Oh, no, I was just listening to a really moving segment on HCB radio. It made me feel like this disaster might actually be just what I need to make things right with my family. I need to support my brother now more than ever. Okay, which jackass fed her that idea? You might want to rethink that, Iriko-san, seriously. Have you gotten in touch with your family yet, Koda-san? Are they safe and sound? Oh, Kushiro didn't get hit that bad, actually. Power's out, but that's about it. They haven't tried to call you? Nah, my dad's the kind of guy who only bothers to call when it's about some mundane bullshit. My mom called, though. He's a man who only provides trouble for his family. Going on night 2 now, huh? I wonder when they'll get the power back up. Good question. Oof, that was rough. Good work. Sorry, Kabuto. Didn't even occur to me that they'd have the expressway locked down. Well, not like it would have mattered. Those generators needed to be delivered one way or another. I've ridden to Kitami before, but taking the local roads with nothing but the hand signals to go by made it feel like it took double the time. 15 hours road trip. I feel like I just came back from vacation. People started showing up right after you left for Kitami, so I had someone else take care of Toya for you. Thank God. I was dreading the idea of having to drive all the way out there too. By the way, how'd the broadcast go, Mato-san? I hear director Takata and Miyajima still can't make it in. Ask Namba. She was the one calling the shots today. Wait, really? Don't be silly. I only managed to make do because we didn't play any commercials or music. Yeah, about that. I'm thinking it might be a good time to start playing music again. The listeners ought to be missing their tunes right about now. Of course, that doesn't mean we can just play anything. Aggressive and sad songs are obviously a no-go, and nothing with a title or lyrics that might bring people down either. Leave the playlist to me. Namba, you keep manning the console. Okay. You sure you're good to stay, Namba? Yes, I'm fine. Minari-san said she lined the turtle tank with hand warmers and wrapped it with aluminum foil. Not talking about the turtles. What about you, Komodo-san? You must be exhausted from driving for 15 hours straight. I'll be good after a quick break. Komodo-san, if you can still move, then I can too. Yeah, that's the spirit. Please don't be easy on me when we're in the middle of an emergency. I want you to depend on me more as a junior. It's an assistant director's job to tend to any task, no matter how tough. My bad. I was just thinking, are you sure it's a good idea to leave the shut-in alone with Koda? Me and the others can handle things at the station, but that was your project, right? sorry, I didn't mean to sound like such a smart aleck. You're absolutely right. I get that you're holding out for one of Koda's typical chemical reactions, but don't forget that counts explosions too. Someone needs to keep an eye on her. Well, I don't think that'll happen, but I can't say for sure. First, put a flashlight in a tall glass, then place an equal with bottle filled with water on top of the glass, and boom, lantern. Oh, cool. Wow, that's brighter than I thought. See, you learn shit from manga. Okay, I'll make something to eat with the store's leftovers. How does sauteed chicken butter rice and salad sound? Great, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Little do they know that Minari had also all but abandoned poor Junichi. I didn't know you could still get kerosene without power. Gas too, but I hear apartments with more modern electrical systems basically lose everything when the power goes out. It's great to hear music over the radio again. By any chance, do you live here too, Tachibana-san? Oh, you could say that. Yes, Nakahara-san's been kind enough to let me stay with him for the time being. Sorry for intruding on your private time, I mean. Huh? No, it's nothing like that. That's right, Nakahara-san is in love with Koda-san, actually. What? You mean that lunatic? Tachibana-san. Oh, sorry, I just thought it'd help lighten the mood. You live with one woman but love another? Man, what a playboy. I don't think you could call me a playboy when I've been shot down more times than I can count. I'll make some tea. That's crazy. I could never do something like that. Well, it's a long story, but I can't deny that. Thank God. Believe that her plot to clear the air of awkwardness that had formed between her and Nakahara in the last few days via the inclusion of a third party seemed to work just as planned. The lovesick machinator Maki cracks a smile of contentment. All right, let's get to chapter 61. So chapter 61 is titled People Don't Change Overnight. Damn true. And now for the noon news. Hokkaido Electric announced that no planned power outages will be conducted tomorrow, November 30th, nor the day after, December 1st. In the meantime, the company has requested that customers keep their power usage to a bare minimum between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. in the effort of conservation. For our next story, the Sapporo City Jazz Committee has announced that the 2018 Sapporo City Jazz Winter Concert, originally scheduled for December 18th, will regrettably be canceled. Ticket refunds will be made via greetings, one and all. You're listening to Mrs. at Noon. Or MRS at Noon. It's time for September Blue Moon with yours truly, Madoka Chishiro. Good afternoon. After 5 long days, dark days since the earthquake, light has finally been restored to my humble abode. We're finally back to our regular schedule, thank God. Don't think him just yet. We still got a long road ahead of us. Reconstruction of the Liqueef roads and housing around the epicenter hasn't even begun yet. And there are still areas stuck in the dark. Over 30 people were killed in the landslide near Atsuma, and rescue workers are still sifting for missing people. With those folks in mind, we can't just act like this earthquake fiasco is done and dusted. A regularly scheduled program is in no way the same as it'd be before the quake. As much as I think we did our damnedest post-quake, looking back, I can't help but feel there was more we could have done. Unlike TV, where people go to for info on a macro level, getting the word out about goings on locally is radio's strong suit. In terms of broadcasting useful info, I'd say community outlets stole the show this time. Hell, you might even say big boys like MRS are the biggest disappointment during times of crisis like these. Don't even start, Kane-chan. Who cares who played the biggest part? All that matters is that things get back to normal as soon as possible. As long as people are in a place to enjoy our trivial drivel again, that's all I can ask for. True enough. You're moving? Unfortunately, the earthquake warped most of the doorways, and now they won't close properly. But of course, the insurance company is being stingy about it. Honestly, we'd have been better off if the whole house was flattened. That sucks. We're just going to have to sell the plot, I guess. It's too bad. This house means a lot to me. That sucks. Any idea where you'll go yet? Yes, actually, we'll be staying with my stepfather and Saki for the time being. Huh? Hold up. I thought they were dead. What? I don't recall ever saying that. This is 5 years ago during the Toko family trip with Nichi, Miyuki, and Iriko. Oh, Daddy, look. Hitchhiker. Where to, friend? We're on our way to Sapporo. Thank you so much. Actually, I need to get to Abashiri if you don't mind. 10 hours later in Abashiri, how's Pops? Naochiro, what are you doing here? Pops, it's me now. Don't die on me, old man. I ain't made things right yet. Naochiro, it's good to see you one last time, son. What a joke. I walked out because I didn't want anything to do with the underworld, but I never could make it on my own. When I heard my old man was on his deathbed, I couldn't even get a train ticket home. I owe you two thanks for giving me a chance to say goodbye. I'm going to turn myself into the fuzz. Daddy, I want to be with him for the rest of my life. What? Saki, don't tell me you caught the Suho flu. The what flu? For real? That actually happened? Not, Saki even disowned herself so our family wouldn't be associated with the crime world. She's too kind for her own good. Does her moral compass only swing towards what's nice or what? Whoa, how's Shinichi supposed to live in the mob family? You three could barely keep it together already. Oh, I'm the only one who'll be moving in with them. Huh, but what about your mom? Actually, my mother plans on moving in with her boyfriend, Ibara-san, with marriage down the line, of course. She said she wants to spend as much time with the one she loves as she can, since you never know when life will tear you apart. Boy, ain't that the truth. Apparently, the line he used to propose was, I'd like to survey your assets and adjust for inflation. Sounds like a dirty joke to me. Sure, that works, I guess. And Junichi, well, you see... So, how you like helping out with the soup kitchen? It wasn't too bad. I was sure you'd try to bail out at least once dealing with all those strangers. I was ready to drag you back black and blue. Well, I definitely thought about it, but Nakahara-san and Tachibana-san were really cool, so I didn't want to just ditch them. The owner was nice too, but he kind of rubbed me the wrong way, literally. Oh, yeah, this I gotta hear. Honestly, you're the one I can't stand the most. Is that so? Well, excuse me. But, all things considered, I'm kind of glad you showed up. I heard you're moving out. Uh-huh. I wouldn't exactly call it a calling, but I think I found a job I'll be able to hold down for a while at least. This is the place I want to work, the place I want to work's kind of out of the way, and I won't be able to stay at home with the repairs going on, so I figured I'd get my own place for a change. I need to be certified for the job, but it doesn't sound too hard to get. At any rate, I'll try to make it on my own. Don't you want to move in with your little sister, like Yuriko-san's doing? Saki? Well, I think she just got tired of my bullshit. I mean, who wants to live with a big brother who can't or won't even try to make nice with step-family or society in general? If I were to go see her without getting my act together, she'd probably just disappear on me again. I figure if I can hold this job down for, let's say, 2 years, then I'll be able to face her again with my head held high. From what Yuriko-san told me, I'm pretty sure that had nothing to do with it, but hey, as long as he's got a plan... Hey, sorry things turned out the way they did. You tried your best to keep my family together, but we kind of ended up falling apart anyway, huh? Salvaging your guys' home life was never my MO, dude. From day one, I was only in this to help you. Besides, so you guys are going your separate ways. It's not like it's the end of the world. What matters is you're all moving forward. The bliss of steeping in a hot bath for the first time in 4 days. Truly paradise on earth. Mizuho, check it out. My skin's shinier than a brand new, LED screen. Good timing. I just finished making dinner. I hope you like omelets because we're having something close. Ooh, very omelet-esque. A warm apartment, a cold beer after a bath of my honey's home cooking. Life doesn't get better than this. Oh, look outside, Minari-san. That's definitely going to stick. Phew, just in time to bring in December. I know a lot of people are still living out of shelters, but thank God the snow waited until the power was back up. Dining before we've been fed? Insolence. These fucking turtles are mad. Oh yeah, I got to stay at a school shelter in winter for the first time in my life. Though I think that goes for most people. I didn't think it'd be so freaking freezing. Since it's so warm at the station, it's hard to get a grasp of just how bad it is outside. Oh, nobody I know. Yellow. Oh, Ono-san, good to hear from you. No, same here. No, it's fine. Hiromi, he's back home. He's back home, safe and sound. His mom gave me the tongue lashing of a lifetime. It says, what she's holding says, take your time, I'll reheat your food if it gets cold. Can't blame her, though. Something tells me dressing her baby boy in drag might have put a few ideas in his head. Oh, sorry, I was just sitting down for dinner, actually. No worries, I can talk. What's for dinner? Something reminiscent of an omelet. Why do you ask? Oh, right, I wanted to ask, what kind of job did Junichi-kun decide on anyway? Huh? A prison? Wait, what? A prison guard? That's right, I asked him if he could working as a civil servant, but he looked me right in the eye and said, "It felt good to work at the soup kitchen. Everyone who showed up was just like me, helpless and terrified of what tomorrow might bring. But I realized something eventually, those same people will go back to leading much more promising lives than I'll ever have. I want to be in a position where I can always look down on other people." Oh, God! Somewhere I won't have to feel inadequate. I can hold down a job like that, no sweat. The hell kind of motive is that? Oh, what a scumbag. He volunteers for 2 days and that's what he gets out of it? Give me a fucking break. Oh, I think a public service is a fine career. I don't have a problem with the work itself. It's just, even if it's a little cliche, I wish he'd have said the experience made him want to become a welfare worker, or at least work at a Voyager or something. Koda-san, in only 2 weeks, you managed to get Jun-chan to leave his room, something Iriko and I failed to do in years. I think you're absolutely amazing at inspiring people, but I also think it's a little arrogant of you to think that you could change people overnight. Yeesh, not pulling any punches, are you? Were you always this snappy? 18 months later. Here he goes. Hey, newbie, why don't you warn the inmate this time? Excuse me? Please turn your lamp off. It's lights out. My apologies, officer. You know the Senkaku radio show that's played here twice a month? I was just writing a letter to send in with a few suggestions for their programming. I promise I'll turn in right away. He's that fucker from the cult! Oh my god! I swear he's the leader from the... Oh my god, what a small world. Okay, so chapter 62 is titled, I Can't Hold Back All the Time. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's Friday, January 8th. You're listening to Go for Broke at 10:30. I'm your host, Hoshino Rojrion. I threw my back out during a little New Year's cleaning and spent the rest of my back glued to the couch, but I'm back and even grumpier than ever, god damn it. But enough about me. Let's get to the tunes. Kicking off the evening is Blondie's Hanging on the Telephone. Minari, I've got great news and fairly good news. Which do you want first? What's with the air of suspense? Give me the great first, I guess. As of this week, Wave's getting a bump up the timetable. The show on the 12th will start at 3, half an hour earlier than usual. Seriously? Hey, I knew you'd be excited. No, what I mean is that's what counts as great news these days. Rock Bottom and J-Hits plan and are fusing into a new show with a 30-minute cut in airtime. Time that will be tacked onto Wave, making your slot a whole 15 minutes long. Huh? Hold up, so you're telling me I'll still get out at the same time? Don't be like that. You should be happy that your show's expanding. Minari, did you know that just last month, Radio switched from measuring ratings based off of paper surveys gathered over a mere 6-week period to digital data collected daily? Why would I? Your show topped every other station in Hokkaido for that time slot. For the record, how many other talk shows are on at the same time? Not a single one. Figured. Now, it really was a stunning figure for the time. This just goes to show folks have high hopes for you. 20 minutes was only really enough for one full segment, but 50 gives us a lot to work with. I mean, I still plan on dumping all this show planning stuff on you, but I'm more interested in what else will change with the new time. Like, you know, I knew you'd ask. Don't worry, you'll get your raise a whole 30,000 yen, aka $28. For 2.5 times the work? Wow. Man, life just doesn't get any easier, does it? Whatever, so what's the good news? You got a fan letter, more like... Oh, it's that cult leader. More like a love letter, really. Whoa, for real? I hope it's from one of the Ham Fighters B team or a sumo wrestler who's at least Mega Shira, too. Dear Minari Koda-san, I'm a big fan of your show. It's a really fun listen. I started tuning in because I'm new to Japan and wanted something to help me learn Japanese. Your stories always put a smile on my face. The Shut-In special was by far your best segment yet, aside from the earthquake. I mean, that scared the bejesus out of me. I still think the people of Wayama did a fantastic job. Thank you for making the place feel like a home away from home. Keep up the great work. Nice chicken scratch. Wait. Is this from an American? British, actually. Seeing as we don't have anything planned for the extra half hour, let's say we invite them on the show, huh? The only time I've ever spoken to a foreigner was when I first moved to Sapporo. Some dude asked me for directions to the Hitsujiyoko observation hill, and I just kind of pointed him in a random direction. 2 days later, same guy, same place, asked me for directions again, but when he realized it was me, he started shouting and called me a lying bitch. Turns out he went all the way to Amori. No problem. They wrote that they're here and for work and can speak a fair bit of Japanese. That's great, Minari-san, though I already knew about the extension. Yeah, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. More time means more chances for me to screw up on the air and incur the ire of everyone listening. That's what I'm afraid of. What? You're still worried about that stuff? I think it's a little late for that. Like, take that comedian people were bashing for some shitty sit on late night radio, right? I'm not just trying to defend him or anything. It's just I feel like everyone has a few opinions they wish they could share, but don't because they're too afraid of backlash. You know? Ain't that the truth? There we go. Imagine how much self-control it must take to talk for 2-3 hours live every single week for years and not make a single slip of the tongue. I get what you mean, but personally, I'm not too worried about you causing a scandal severe enough to put the station in jeopardy. What makes you so sure? Well, it's true that incendiary comments or even just an off-color joke can get personalities in a lot of trouble with the general public these days, but in my experience, the outrage tends to be pretty short-lived. Well, not anymore. When it comes to major scandals that end up with shows canceled and people resigning, I feel like it usually has to do with a complete lack of moral fiber or sense of decency on the speaker's part. Oh, the turtle, poor turtle. Is it me or is it a tad nippy lately? Minari-san, you might be a bit of a troublemaker, but I know you'd never say anything conscientious on purpose. Trust equals love. Aww. Mizuho, I have a confession to make. 10 years ago when I was a senior in high school, aha, there's the fuel shed. I filled a bunch of plastic bottles with kerosene to be used for, just cause, let's say. Anyway, I totally forgot to put them away and just left them sitting out in the shed. When my cousin who'd been visiting for summer break showed up and, let's see, oh no, generator. Oh, soda, nice. The fuck? What kind of lunatics puts clear fuel in Sprite bottles? Oh no. I don't know what's more impressive, you recognizing the bottles without the label on or chugging the stuff without a second thought. Me. What were you even planning to do with all these? So, these guys at school have been bullying my friend Yurisuke lately, right? Yesterday, one of them burned a hole in her skirt with a cigarette, so I thought I was gonna ambush them, after school. Why not fight fire with fire? Whoa! Damn, Minari, I owe you one, Michihiro. If you hadn't opened the bottle, the Koda family might have had a murder, arson charge on our hands. Minari, don't you think it's about time you settled down a little? Aren't you applying for college next year? Nah, I'm gonna move to Sapporo and get an apprenticeship as an acupuncturist. College isn't really for me. What's with that? Didn't you say a few months ago that you wanted to join the Japan Overseas Cooperation Volunteers? Oh no, he fucking lit the cigarette. It was on fire. My dad double slapped me 3 times. She fucking laughed. I'm sorry. I would be freaking out, but like I have to laugh because you're a dumbass. Like, why would you light a cigarette? My dad double slapped me 3 times on the spot. I felt awful at the time, but now that I think about it, was it really my fault? I think we can agree that was just straight up child abuse. Oh my god. Anyway, I wasn't sure if I should tell that story on the show just in case it rubbed people the wrong way. Don't tell that story! But I feel like I can open up about it now. Thanks for the pep talk. Actually, Minari-san, forget I said anything, okay? Thank you for letting me stay for so long. Hiragishi Ford Joe near the cemetery, you mean? Yes, that's where my parents' grave is. I just thought I'd visit them on the way. I already have my brother's permission. You gonna be good on cash? I can talk to Takarada-san about giving you a raise if you want. No, that's alright. I already have a job lined up. Besides, I did offer to work for free after all. So, what exactly is this new job anyway? If you don't mind, I'd like to know. Nakahara-san, the truth is that, I've been writing part-time for a comedy show on HCV radio. Huh? Really? Since when? Since November of last year. What got you into that? I'm actually working towards becoming a broadcast writer. Oh shit, I had no idea. The station's paying me a decent wage. 20,000 K. Oh yeah, 20K yen a month. But that's $200 a month. That's not much. So you don't have to worry about my livelihood. I'll be fine. Has anything you've written been aired yet? Yes, a few times actually. That's awesome. I'm sorry I can be kind of spacey sometimes. Just a touch. But to be perfectly honest, I prefer people who are a little on the slow side over noisy people who are too sharp for their own good. Well, I should be going. The movers are waiting for me. Right. Hey, when things settle down, feel free to drop by anytime, okay? Thank you, but I don't think I'll be coming here anymore. Huh? Oh, alright. See you at the restaurant. Yeah, see ya. Dumbass, you should be going after her. Just give up on Minari and go after her. Huh? Was the apartment always this roomy? Hello? Tachibana-san, forget something? What's that? Is it okay if you visit once in a while? Of course, you're always welcome. What was that about? That was close. I was so caught up in trying to play the cool stoic that I almost threw Shouldn't have fucking caved. Damn it. That I almost threw away everything good in my life to follow the dreary path of lonely austerity. What am I, a monk? I don't care for sterile stories penned by mild-mannered stoics. To me, flowers that bloom from putrid water are much more alluring. I'm going to live with all my dirty little desires. I could get behind that. Just saying, fuck it. Just do it. Just go for it. Alright, so let's get to chapter 63. Which is titled, I Show No Mercy to Strangers. I really wanted to meet you. Oh, you grabbed her ass. Oh. Good on Minari. What's this horse-faced boozer's deal? My ass ain't just up for grabs, bud. I've only seen slaps that sharp-edged Choco Penny flex. I'm sorry I didn't mean any harm. Please just think of it as a foreign greeting. That's bull. Yeah, bull. Not even in England do they pull that shit. This is a delicate topic, so would you mind not lying to my face, misinterpreter? Yeah, grabbing ass is never okay, unless there is permission to do so. Let me introduce you to Thomas Griffin Keppel. His rosy cheeks are from drinking, by the way. He's a faceted glass trader currently staying in Otaru on business. That's a long-ass name. Mind if I call you Bobby for short? Sure. Why Bobby? I listen to your show every single week. So this guy isn't the part of the cult. Or he's not the cult leader like I thought he was, but cult leader coming back. I listen to your show every single week. I'm a big fan of yours. Hey, does he look kind of like that one British actor? You know, the dude with the name like Eggs Benedict and Cabbage Patch smushed together? At that point, you might as well just name drop the guy. I first learned about your show when a Japanese friend of mine sent me a recording of a horror-themed broadcast that wasn't listed on the schedule. I've been hooked ever since. Oh, the horror. And whose fault do you think that is? Don't give me that. An asshole. More recently, I was quite taken with your show concerning the agoraphobic young man. That was truly a unique documentary. No other program provides that kind of content. My son's been a touch isolated in recent years too. You see, what I'd give for a woman like Minari-san to give him a bonk or two. Oh God, is that a dirty joke or something? I would be asking the same question. Not gonna lie, Minari-san, that's rude. Don't be silly. Apparently so. Oh God. But my absolute favorite would be your clash with the religious group. Yes, that's been my favorite arc of this manga so far, is the clash with the cult. I had no idea the peace-loving Japanese could be so romantic. It really got my blood pumping. What? If you call an anti-establishment sex cult romantic, I guess you're part of the hippie generation. Oh my God. Oh God, I could spend time saying that we're seeing this kind of cult now, but I don't want. I'll be wasting my breath because you guys should be knowing by this time that's true. But they ain't part of this anti-establishment sex cult. This cult is not a hippie cult. Nah, this is some different type of shit. But anyway. By the way, how do you even manage to catch my show all the way over in the UK? At first I had a friend send me weekly recordings, but lately I've been using an app, like TuneIn or Simple Radio. There are a bunch of apps you can use to listen to radio shows from all over the world. Apps. There's an app for goddamn everything these days, huh? I say, gazing at my humble flip phone. Minari-san, maybe it's about time you traded up to a smartphone. Yeah, well, the quake was definitely a hard reminder of just how important radio and phones can be. That's why I spent all my points on a new battery. She's been running like a dream ever since. God, I love this woman. Why not just replace the whole thing? Yes, the quake. What a shocking turn of events that was. Out of all the outlets covering the earthquake, I feel the people of Wayama radio did an exceptionally good job. At the time, I'd been listening to the coverage live, say for a few minutes of delay, but as I recall, about 90 minutes after the quake hit, the host switched from a station anchor to a Minari-san. As someone who looked forward to your show every week, I have to say I was shocked when I heard your voice come on. No doubt. I thought to myself, isn't it a bit too soon for this? Wouldn't it be best to leave an anchor in charge until the extent of the damage is determined? Frankly, I was baffled. But it seems my worries were unfounded. In fact, regarding Madoko Jishiro's broadcast immediately after, her segment was a quintessential example of a seasoned speaker's ability to soothe the audience's fears through sympathetic solidarity, a far cry from the comfort and chaos that Minari-san so often invokes. As far as I know, out of all the announcers and personalities whom covered the earthquake that day, Minari-san, you above all others, deftly blurred the lines between normal and abnormal. No matter how angry or nervous your tone may ring, or outrageous your accounts may seem, coming from your mouth, even the most ludicrous of content can be met with a profound sense of relief and acceptance. I'll take that. Should I take that as a compliment? I'm thinking the same thing. You might not believe it, but my heart was pounding back then, you know. Plus, I collapsed from exhaustion. I even saw a dream where I married, Kakaryu. I don't doubt it. A massive quake hits while you're on the job, and you have no idea how your home or family have been affected. Yet still, the show must go on. I can only imagine how I understand that shit. Show has to go on through migraines, through death, through everything. Through grieving over death. I mean, I can tell you, I know. I can only imagine how traumatic it must have been for you. Thank you, Suda-chan. I'll take it from here. Minari-san. I'm proud of you for someone so little. You harbor a truly tremendous spirit. Again? Oh my. Hey, I'm 5'4", dude. I'm not little. You're just huge still. You're short, okay? 5'4" is still short. This might be the first time anyone but Mizuho's really given me a genuine pat on the back. I'm not sure how to take it. And then he rubs her ass again. Seriously, what the fuck is this dude's problem? Who the hell gets hammered before meeting someone for the first time? Forgive him, he's actually extremely shy, and he has crippling social anxiety, you see. Shy? You call a guy who fondles a chick he's just met's ass with all the vigor of a college kid admiring an off-the-lot motorcycle he bought after months of saving up shy? No, you ain't shy. So aren't you going to tell you what, he's a friend of yours, isn't he? Oh? What makes you say that? For one, you kind of just stood there chuckling while I beat the shit out of him. He totally did. Somehow I doubt you'd let that slide if he was just some guy off the street. Oh, that's pretty astute of you. Oh, please, some boss you are. Would it kill you to shield your precious employee's ass from grabby hands? Or, I don't know, maybe stop me from straight up assaulting a guest? Actually, this is why I haven't come in. Ooh? The fuck is this? This'll be interesting. Let's see what this plan is. Oh my god. Sorry, shouldn't be tired. I've been recording for like 4 hours straight, so 4 videos, 4 hours straight. Ha! That and chapter 64 is titled That's Not How the World Works. And I gotta say, Samura, this writing has just been, like, amazing. This writing is life. I love this writing. God damn it, not this sketchy-ass event again. Darn tootin', it just keeps popping up no matter how much I try to ignore it, like an ad for a marriage agency or something. For one thing, the title blows. The only Valentine I could get behind is my bloody Valentine. Quit flapping your guns and start flipping those pages. Stop at the one that says final manuscript. 2 more. Oh no. Goyonari's on there. Look on her face. It's amazing. Well, any thoughts? I get the feeling that this is a pretty big deal and all, but I'm not really sure how to take it since I know diddly about the event itself, you know. Coming from me, it's like awarding a purple ribbon to someone who's never even heard of the Medal of Honor. I don't know why you put me up for this to begin with. Somehow I doubt they hand out purple ribbons to folks who aren't in the know. Well, it ain't anything that glorious. All you'll be doing is chatting with other hosts or maybe a listener or two. Nothing too out of the ordinary. That reminds me, I've never had a guest on before, have I? Not counting the whole Wasamu thing. What about the time you had your downstairs neighbor on? That was more like sitting in a vacuum of awkward silence, slowly being crushed under the full weight of Saturn's atmospheric pressure. Still, I get what you want. I get that you want a little more experience talking to guests. That's where he comes in. Why don't you try having our British friend on for real, just as a one-off? Don't tell me that's why you called in Sir Cabbage Sir Cabbage Patch. Not a problem? Hell yeah! I only put up with his little literal grab assing because you said he was a fan. Never mind that I decked him. Au contraire, he's definitely a fan, all right. Au contraire, who says that anymore? Batamont, Domain Productions? Do they make comics, merch or something? Actually, this Batamont is French for clap, not the Cape Crusader. She thought it was Batman. She thought it was Batman, oh god! Huh, you know French, Kayano-chan? A little. I used to do ballet in high school. Batamont is one of the movements. For real? This I gotta see. Anyone can do this one. Oh, fifth position. Fifth position. Anyone can do this one. Oh, ooh la la, by fifth position, you mean Kayano-chan's rank in this series? What? So, what's Batamont? This? Oh god. Technically, it's called Grand Batamont. Whoa! But Batamont Domain isn't actually ballet lingo, so that example was pretty much pointless. Sorry, girl, blame it on the booze. Thanks for the show, though. Wait, did he say he was in Otaru to buy faceted glassware? But he's with a production company. Sorry, that was a little white lie. Say what? Glassware's just a hobby of his. I wanted to hide that he was an old friend. His day job is running a radio production company. Still not an excuse to play grab ass. He used to work for the biggest network in the UK, but quit to be a chairman at the production company while managing a community radio station on the side. Personality, director, producer, he's done it all. Oh, shit. Wow, sounds like he's an industry vet then. Hell, he's been in the biz longer than I have. I think he'd be the perfect candidate for your first guest. You can bet it'll be a good learning experience. I think it's a great idea, Minari-san. Let's invite him on. Well, for the love of my life, I guess I can bet a little. Hey, didn't Sir Cabbage Patch call that interpreter chick Suda-chan? What about it? Says here her name's Shoko Kagawa. What's that about? Suda-chan's her nickname. The truth is, Kagawa-san used to work for the same major network I mentioned. She even held an executive position despite her age. That is until word got out from a company email exposing her as the lover of another exec, Bennett, who turns out had gotten her the job in the first place. Oh no, this is a camel hoe. Oh god. Needless to say, that made working at the station a little awkward, so she left voluntarily to work for Thomas's operation. From that episode, she garnered the moniker Suda-chan, a la the 16th century queen of Ayudhaya Suda-chan. That's a hell of a pull. I don't know who's more impressive, her or the guy who nicknamed her. Seriously. Whew. Yo, it's me. Got a minute? I finally got you know what from my manager. Cryptic enough? I mean, the invite for Valentine Radio. Thank you, thank you. Not, thank you. Not, it isn't anything that major, so I was thinking. What? You want me to participate? Oh no, I'm still just a fledgling writer. I'm not sure I'm qualified. I think I should wait until I have a little bit more experience. My skills aren't up to par yet. Listen, do you seriously still think any of that matters? Badger Taiji's, been in the game for 3 years now, taking long-winded, overwritten scripts from the listeners and making a show out of them through sheer power of performance. Not to say we're an exception, but in an industry fueled by audience participation, do you really think anyone would be so high and mighty to say you aren't welcome unless you're unless you're a master wordsmith? It might be a special event, but I'm not asking you to write a whole script from scratch or anything. You'll just be joining us for a chat on the air. No big deal. Besides, we're used to dealing with nervous guests. Plus, it's an opportunity to mingle with a bunch of hosts and staff members. So, if you want to get anywhere in this industry, I'd suggest you take it. All right, in that case, I'd be happy to. Jiro-san, You know, I was fully prepared to work long and hard in order to become a broadcast writer. To be honest, I thought people would tear my work to pieces, or that I might even have to sleep my way to the top. If you wanted to make it in the movies or TV, baby! Oh, God! I fucking love that line. That little line right there just was, Dude, Manga's been roasted in Hollywood lately, and I love it. But as it turns out, everything's been going so smoothly, almost too smoothly, and I know I owe it all to the two of you, but if you don't mind me asking, why have you been so good to me? Oh, for fuck's sake, someone stop me before I strangle this chick. Because I have a vested interest, obviously. That's 20% of it anyway. As for the other 80, that's just how radio works. TV's a cutthroat industry, that's a fact. You've got a long way to go before your writing's ready for prime time, and you can bet you'll catch your fair share of flack for getting there. What's more, me and my partner don't have anywhere near the clout to get you in with the big boys, but radio's different. In this industry, it's not uncommon for people to go from listener to writer overnight. Cafe owners, apparel workers, anyone can get their own show. Maybe not at major stations, but as far as community radio goes, sky's the limit. If it wasn't for radio's characteristic looseness, we'd still be starving artists. Years ago, a director thought we had potential and decided to give us a segment, and now here we are. Same deal. I'm just trying to do for you what he did for us. Guess you could say I'm paying it forward. Is Tachibana-san working tomorrow? No, we're at Voyager. But damn, I love it. Yeah, she said she'd commute from her new place. Too bad I have tomorrow off. Huh? Who's gonna run things if you're gone? Takarada-san's arm's all healed, and we have Shinagawa-kun now, so I'm sure they'll be fine. How is it you're almost annoyingly invested in my business, yet so lax when it comes to yourself or the restaurant? Actually, the boss and I have been talking about opening up a second shop. He asked me to look around for potential real estate. Seriously? It sounds like he wants me to manage the new place. He said he'd give me a foothold for when I want to branch out on my own. That's awesome. Takarada-san thinking about anyone but himself? No way. There's got to be some ulterior motives, obviously. Minari-san, you might not believe it, but aside from sometimes sounding like a creeper, the occasional ass grab, or his personal vendetta against you, he's honestly a paragon of virtue. Sounds pretty two-faced to me. Speaking of which, Minari-san, do you still remember our promise? Promise? You know, when I finally opened my own restaurant, you said you'd help me run the place. Why do you look like you've seen a ghost? Just kidding. Yeah, I remember. Sure, I'm down to work at your place whenever it opens. Really? Oh, right. But FYI, I still plan on keeping my radio show as my main gig. That cool with you? Huh? But that's only 50 minutes once a week. You make way more, working at Voyager 10 hours, 6 days a week. Shit, can't argue with that. Just playing. These days, even I think you're more cut out for radio than serving curry. Your show during the Quake made that clear. Rather than where the money is, in the end, I guess the question is which position can't be filled by anyone else, you know? Nakahara, but just keep this in mind. You're the only one for me, Minari-san. No other woman could ever fill the hole in my heart. Oh, here we go again. I'm gonna strangle this asshole, I swear. Wave, listen to me. No, you listen to me. You people can't even start on time. I demand an explanation, or so I'm sure many of you are mumbling under your breath. Well, here you go. As of today, Wave is scheduled to run for a whopping 50 whole minutes. Whoa, boy, that's a lot of time to fill. Seriously, 50 minutes? That's basically a legit show. I'm ready to tap out already. Oh, well, and to commemorate this very special first full-length episode, I must say the Sapporo Snow certainly have a way of igniting the imagination, and so I've come prepared with a list of questions for our Miss Minari Koda, all R18, of course. Hey, at least wait until I introduce you. Beg pardon, I may have already had an adult beverage or two. Forgive him, he has crippling anxiety, you see. Liquid courage, man! Liquid courage. Thank goodness we aren't live. Dude, next chapter is going to be amazing. Like, oh my god. Oh god, I love this manga. I swear. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys thought of these chapters, and I love the power of liquid courage. And do you guys agree with me that the cult is going to come back? Oh god, yes it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigan's Sake. If you love what I'm doing, I want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Wave Listen to Me content. There's a few ways you could do that. You can donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something on my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!